Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. How y'all doing this week? I'm actually not doing that great, but we'll talk about that later. Today we are going to be using the Soultanicals Chebe-Ginger Super Deep Conditioner with Chebe-Ginger and stimulating herbs. And I wanted to bust this out since my last Soultanicals Self-Care Sunday was a definite fail. I've heard so many great things about this deep conditioner from so many people. I ordered it a while back, haven't busted it out, and now I'm ready. So, if you're interested in seeing how this works on my hair and catching up and talking shit and all that good stuff, then just keep watching. This week has been a struggle. Our entire house, minus my dad, has bronchitis. Thankfully, I don't have a lot of coughing, but I feel like someone like kicked me in the chest and then came behind and like smashed down on my back. So I'm good until I like really start moving around and stuff. And then my body's like, girl, I've had to miss a lot of work this week. Sad, because that was going to be a really good paycheck, but I got to take care of myself. So let's talk about this Chebe-Ginger really quick. It says our Chebe-Ginger Deep Conditioner is excellent for healthy hair growth and length retention. This pH balanced deep conditioner cleanses the scalp, moisturizes and nourishes the hair follicles to grow long. Loaded with scalp stimulants, this goodie will improve scalp circulation, reduce scalp inflammation, and overall aid in supreme healthy hair growth. Says to sit underneath a dryer for at least 30 minutes for best results. So that's what we'll do. And the first 5 ingredients are distilled water, BTMS, cetyl alcohol, extra virgin olive oil, and babasu oil. All ingredients that I really like. The Chebe powder is a little bit further down. There's a lot of good stuff in here. There's onion juice in here. But don't worry, it doesn't smell like onions. This smells literally like the holidays. Like you smell it and it transports you to like Thanksgiving. Very cinnamon-esque, gingerbreadish. Smells so good. But yeah, it's been crazy. So I'm actually like filming this in the middle of the week because I have the feeling that in the next couple of days I'm not gonna be like good to really like film anything. So, and this is where my hair is. I cleansed with the Ayurvedic butter shampoo and my hair feels so good. It's been crazy like all together. I like forced myself to go to work last night, and like 30 minutes before I was supposed to get off of work, my dad calls me and he's like, just wanted to let you know your mom and your brother are in the hospital. And I'm just like, bruh. I kind of figured my mom was heading that way because her cough sounds terrible. Like you might hear her coughing in this video. That's how like awful her cough sounds. Wasn't expecting my brother to end up there. But he basically like had such a hard time breathing that he had a panic attack. So my poor baby brother, he is struggling. He did go to school today though, so. But yeah, we all ended up with bronchitis. Thankfully, my dad doesn't have it though, because his immune system can't really, it's not as strong anymore. Like he does have a documented illness. I know the name of it, but I can't remember. It's a lot. But yeah, so his immune system is compromised, so I think he's just been trying to stay out of the house and away from us as much as possible. This smooths onto the hair really, really nice. And I don't blame him for trying to stay away from us, because this is not something that he wants, because it's definitely like, it makes you feel weak for sure. But I haven't really been coughing. Like last week, it kind of felt like I had something like right here that I just couldn't cough up, and it was really driving me crazy. And I ended up having to leave work the other day. I think it was Sunday, because like I was good. We were on our way to work and my mom looked at me and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. I just kind of feel a little odd, but I didn't really think anything of it. And then when I walked through the door, my coworkers were like, girl, what's going on with you? Do you need to go home? And I'm like, no, like, I'm good. I'll probably just, like, you know, need to get in and moving around. Because you know how sometimes, like, when you're fresh awake, you kind of feel like garbage. I thought that was all that it was. Until, like, I started processing some returns for people. I was doing the returns wrong. I was feeling lightheaded and really weak. And I couldn't catch my breath. And then our manager, she turns around. She's like, I need to go turn the air up because the air's been off for, like, 30 minutes. And it is hot as hell in here. And I'm standing there and I'm like, I have a cardigan on that's fleece lined. And I was freezing. Like, I was freezing, y'all, and there was no AC, and it was probably hot as hell in that building. And I said, you know what, I think I need to go home. And I'm happy I did, because I felt like it just hit me really hard. Like, I felt terrible. So I was at work for like an hour, and then I ended up turning right back around and going home. That was very annoying, but hey, it be like that sometimes. I'm just happy I had like the ability to leave, because those of you that have worked in retail or do work in retail know sometimes if you're sick, there's no leaving. Like, so thankfully my coworker, she covered for me. She's awesome. So far I'm feeling this. Like, it feels really good going on to the hair, really smooth application, very creamy mask. Almost has like a whipped kind of consistency to it as well. Really, really nice. I'm feeling it. But because I've been sick, my pets have just been like fighting over me. Everyone, all of them want to play nurse, but they all want to be the only ones playing nurse. Like, it can't be all of them just together loving on me. It has to be one of them at a time. So they have been, I guess, playing pet tag and hopping from human to human, trying to make sure we're good. Because, yeah, like, animals, they definitely know when you're sick. They definitely know. And it's funny because, like, every time I cough, Copper will walk up to me and literally just, like, take his snout and shove it up one of my nostrils. It's just, like, he's just looking at me like, that doesn't seem right. What's going on with you? If you have a dachshund, then you understand how intrusive they are. Like, dachshunds need to come with a warning label, because he is something else. But he's so intrusive, and he means well. But sometimes I'm like, dude, I need you to back up. Like, back up off me, homie. Oh, especially like when I had surgery. He was so protective after I had surgery. And he would check my incisions every day. Like, I'd come downstairs and like sit on the couch, or like he'd come downstairs, because for a good period of time I was just sleeping on the couch because I had incisions in my stomach. And I'm a stomach sleeper, so naturally, like, I would roll over. Like, I would be sleeping really good, I'd roll over, and then I'd be like, you know, because I would roll over on fresh incisions. So I was sleeping downstairs so that I could sleep upright. And so he'd come downstairs in the morning and he'd hop up, and he wouldn't like mash on me or anything. Like, he'd stand far enough to not hurt me. And he would check my incisions every single day, including my belly button. Like, just looks up at me, shoves nose in belly button. So he is a very protective little being, but he has like no attention span. So like, he wants to come in the room and take a nap with me, and I'll let him come in. Like, even though Ellie is not the biggest fan of him, like, he doesn't bother her, she doesn't bother him. They just end up in separate spaces in the room. But the problem with him is that he has no attention span. So he'll hear a pin drop and he will just lose it. And I'm laying in bed and I'm just like, really? There they go. But the thing that kills me is that, like, I'll get up and I'll let him out of the room so he can go bark at whatever he wants to bark. I'll shut the door And then when he's done, he'll come back crying, wanting to come back in the room. So then I have to get up and let him back in. He has no attention span. And like the other day, so we literally went through like, I'm sorry, they're gonna keep barking. I literally went through like a solid 15 minutes of this up and down with him, right? And then he finally decides like he's done, he's tired, he's gonna get in the bed. So as I said before, I'm a stomach sleeper. I'm sleeping on my stomach. That's how I want to be laid. And he decides, no, you're not sleeping on your stomach. We're spooning. He's the biggest baby ever. But dachshunds are very particular about how they sleep. And he sleeps under the covers. And like sometimes he will move you where he wants you to go. Even though he's not a big dog. Like he's stocky, he's muscular. And so I'm laying there and he just keeps pushing me and pushing me until I'm laying on my side. And then I'm like, okay, I guess me and this dog are spooning. Like, it just is what it is. That's how he wanted to sleep and that's how he got it. Hopefully this will get better. Like I don't feel as bad as the last time I was sick because all of that was like in my head. Like it was really painful. But it's just like really concerning when you feel like that much weight in your chest, you know what I mean? So I've really just been like in love with how healthy my hair has been. Like it's really just been thriving and I'm so happy with it. And especially because like after getting my hair cut, I don't need to use a detangling brush, nothing. Like I can actually like right now get away with pretty much only finger detangling. And then if I feel like I have a lot of hair that's not like coming out, I will bust out my detangling brush just to catch all of that shed hair. Cause that is important. Like you want to get all that shed hair out because if you don't, then that can tangle in on your hair that's not shedding and cause more issues. Then you'll have excess breakage and shedding. So that is important. Y'all have just been gassing me up about my skin. Like, thank you. I definitely want to do a skincare routine soon. The only reason I hadn't done one sooner was because I was trying a lot of new things. Because I guess around like November, December of last year, my skin was just really going through it. And I just completely stripped away my skincare routine and started over. And that was kind of how really just, I stopped using acne. What cleanser was I using? I was using my acne free because my acne was really bad at the time. And my Belief moisturizer. That's all I was using. Acne free Belief moisturizer. I eventually added a moisturizing toner to my routine, and that was going well. And so for a good minute, it was just like a 3-step routine because my skin was just like losing it. And it was more so losing it, one, because of all the issues I was having with my gastrointestinal tract. That really caused a lot of my acne, and that really did heavily clear up once I got on a regimen for that. But also my skin was very sensitive just with like all the extra medications and being put to sleep a lot, and it was just a lot going on. And your skin's your largest organ. A lot of that ends up coming through your pores. So my skin was just very sensitive at the time. I was really just trying to give it a break. And then eventually I ended up using Urban Skin RX because there was a curl box. So it was like a dope deal through Curl Box. And I was like, well, I'd wanted to try it and I'd been kind of nervous. And that was like the perfect opportunity because it was only like $30 for really good quality skincare. So I picked that up and I've been using the Urban Skin RX products ever since. I've tried some different things because obviously like during the warmer months, I do have to switch up like my daytime moisturizer. But aside from that, I've been using the same skincare and routine since January. So I wanted to give it some time just to see if there was anything that I needed to tweak, anything that wasn't working. But, so yeah, I definitely am going to be filming a skincare routine sometime soon. I'm probably going to do like a morning and a nighttime skincare routine. And then, when it's like right when we hit winter, I'll do an updated morning skincare routine, because that will change a little bit, just because my skin, my everything is very like shifty when it comes to season changes. So hence a big part of the reason why I'm sick now. But I would say like my biggest tip, because a lot of you guys comment on how like glowy my skin is. If you have oily skin, you don't necessarily need to be using things that are going to cause your skin to dry out more. And one of the biggest things for me is making sure I'm using a cleanser and a toner that do not dry my skin out. That's one thing I love about Urban Skin RX, is that their cleansing bars, although they have 3 different ones. They have one for acne, one for combination and sensitive skin, and one for evening out tone. I have been using the even tone, but they were out when I went to go pick it up the other day. So right now I'm using the combination skin one, and that one is really, really good too. But those, what I love about them is that I will cleanse my skin, and when I rinse all of the cleanser off, my skin is glowy. Like, it's not dry, it's not tight. It really does like good work at cleansing, but it also really conditions the skin, adds a little bit of a glow, and my skin never feels tight after using it, which is something that I love. And then I do always use like a hydrating or moisturizing toner. Sometimes I'll like switch up the brand, but I always have a toner that's hydrating and moisturizing. I used to use Witch Hazel. It's too drying for my skin. A lot of the toners at the drugstore have alcohol in them. Way too drying to my skin. And all I was doing was becoming oilier and having more issues with acne, because I was using things that were very drying to my skin. So I think I showed you guys in the self-care Sunday before last, the toner that I'm using, the First Aid Beauty Wild Oat. That one is new, and it is really good. It has colloidal oatmeal in it, honey, like just all sorts of really nice ingredients, and I'm really enjoying that one. They just released that like a couple of months ago, and I'm really enjoying it. The other one that I usually use before I moved on to the First Aid Beauty one is the Laneige, what is it called? Fresh Calming Toner. The Laneige Fresh Calming Toner. That one is really nice too. Obviously, like the evenness of my like skin tone, the decrease in like my hormonal acne, the decrease in my dark spots, and that extra glow, like that really even like glowy complexion, is due to the fact that I am using a glycolic and a retinol. And I'm very specific about how I use those, and I will show you guys that in my skincare routine. I'm very specific about how I use things. I know you see it like a lot of people with these super intricate skincare routines, and I guess mine is somewhat intricate, not really because I wanted it to be, but because it just kind of ended up building itself in that way. But I'm very specific with how I use my skincare. I don't just slap a bunch of stuff on just because. I don't just buy a ton of skincare because it sounds good. Like, I purchase things after doing research, after assessing what is going on with my face and what I really, want in a product. And I know a lot of people use retinol, they use glycolic acid, and all these other things that shouldn't be on your face with those things. or they'll like use retinol and glycolic acid in the same day, and it's like, y'all. And so it's funny because now people are like, you know, like, you just need a really simple skincare routine. You don't need all that stuff. And I'm just like, it's not even about having a simple skincare routine. It's about not being an idiot and just throwing everything on your face, or just buying every skincare product for the sake of a haul, or buying every skincare product for the sake of looking bougie, or because it sounds good. Like, actually do your research. Pay attention to what you're putting onto your skin. And if you're switching up, like if you're buying that many skincare products, then you're not being consistent with your skincare. And constantly changing formulations, constantly switching between all these different brands and like different types of product is not good for your skin. And yes, you will break out. Yes, you will purge. Your face is going to freak out. Like, it's like, it's not that hard to figure out. That's why I said when I started really working on my skin last year, I stripped away everything and slowly built on my skincare routine piece by piece. That way I could see how my skincare routine was ultimately affecting my skin, but I could also pinpoint if something was causing a reaction, if something was breaking me out, etc. If you don't do that and you're just piling on a bunch of garbage, you know, piling on all these different products and not really paying attention to what you're adding, what you're taking away, you're gonna have issues, and you're going to blame certain things that really have nothing to do with the issues that you're having. A lot of people, they're having issues because they don't know anything about skincare. Yes, even the people that you watch on YouTube, a lot of them don't know anything about skincare. They do all this extra stuff and then want to blame like the products, or, you know, just all these different things later. And it's like, dude, it has nothing to do with that and everything to do with you, the user. And so you got to be smart when it comes to skincare and trying new things. And nothing is going to really work overnight. Like, there are some things that are kind of instant, like the acne spot treatment that I'm using from Urban Skin RX. I noticed results from that in literally like 2 days. Like, it works really, really well. But I had to like keep using it to get a feel for how it was going to like affect my skin overall, like over time. So you really have to just like take your time with skincare, take your time to learn things. It's okay to like pull the pieces away and like restart and reconfigure, but if you're really trying to build a routine, that's what I suggest doing, is kind of going bare bones with it, assessing what your skin is doing when you do that, and then plugging in things that target the issues that you're having with your skin. So I'll talk to you guys all about that in my skincare routine. But that's like my biggest tip, is to like, don't starve your skin, because I know for a good minute I was starving my skin, and now I make it a point not to do that. And that has like, that's one of the biggest factors of like why my skin is so bright and just like glowy, is me not starving my skin. But also like water intake is important. I'm drinking water now. Water intake is important. And if you have any issues that are preventing that water from actually getting through your system, then that is going to cause issues as well. You're not getting proper water and nutrient absorption throughout your body. That was also an issue that I was having, was that my body wasn't taking in water. My body just wasn't absorbing water. I was just literally peeing it out because there was no absorption through my body, because my GI tract was so messed up because of my endo. So things like that really do cause an effect too. And so that really made a difference in how my skin was looking, with my body actually taking in water properly. Made a huge difference. So those are just some of the things that like have changed like with my skincare routine. But I have intended on bringing you guys a skincare video, but I wanted to make sure like everything was solid and that everything that I'm using really is like benefiting me in the best way. That way I can kind of speak on how I built on everything, just to kind of help you guys. But thanks for all the compliments, because I've really been trying really, really hard to like just nourish my skin and get it back on track. And I think at this point, this last year, this is the best my skin has ever looked. Like it's the brightest, it's the glowiest, it's the most clear that it has been since I was like a child. So I'm really happy with it. So thanks guys. I really appreciate all of the sweet compliments because I've been trying really hard. But anyway, back to this mask. So far, I love the application of it. I love the smell of it. My room smells like Christmas. Oh my God. It smells so good. Like, it smells like gingerbread, like cookie dough. I can't get over it. This is how much I used. I used 1/3 of it, so I'll get 2 more uses out of this, which is pretty standard for me with an 8-ounce container. Some products, depending on how much slip they have, I can get 4 uses out of, but for an 8-ounce container, 3 uses is typically the standard for me. It feels so good, and it definitely is already like starting to penetrate. I do feel like this is definitely, it's thicker, so I totally see why it says to like sit underneath your deep conditioning cap for 30 minutes, because I think this is one that really needs that time to just like warm up and kind of melt. So I'm really excited to see how this works. I've heard nothing but good things about this. So if I really end up enjoying this, then I'm definitely gonna be getting a couple of these during Black Friday. So I'm gonna go sit down underneath my deep conditioning cap and let this marinate, and I'll come back and show you guys my final results. All right, y'all, I'm back. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, yo. How you doing, girl? How you doing? How you doing? Because you must have been in love, overjoyed, thrilled when you made this. This is so good. I really like this because, first of all, the elasticity is everything. My hair definitely moisturized, but strong. And you guys know that's something that I do appreciate in a lot of my conditioners. I love things that are just moisture focused, but I love things that also make my hair feel very strong. I know that this has claims for the scalp, but I didn't really put it on my scalp. Like, I just kind of don't. Like, if it ends up on my scalp, it ends up on my scalp, right? Let me go back over the claims. Excellent for healthy hair growth and length retention. It's pH balance. Cleanses the scalp. I wouldn't know that. Moisturizes and nourishes the hair follicles to grow long. Loaded with scalp stimulants. I'm pretty sure that it is, just because like my fingers were kind of, you know, they felt a little tingly. Will improve scalp circulation, reduce scalp inflammation, and overall aid in supreme healthy hair growth. I totally believe that those are all just real claims, just because 1, there's a lot of stimulating ingredients in this, and 2, my hair feels so good. Like, so good. Like, oh my God. I can't. This is, ooh. Soultanicals, there's something about Soultanicals deep conditioners. I don't know what that something is, but there's something about them. I definitely feel like this is one that you really do want to let like set and marinate into your hair. It's a thicker deep conditioner. Takes a little bit longer to penetrate. So I was underneath the deep conditioning cap for about 35 minutes. It usually takes about 5 minutes for my like actual blow dryer to get warm. So I was under the cap for about 35 minutes. Full penetration of the conditioner. It feels so good. It rinsed out so easily because there was hardly anything left on my hair. Like, I just, yes. You need to get this. If you're shopping Soultanicals, you need to get this. I'm not mincing words here. Go buy it. Like now. No. Don't let me influence you into getting like a bunch of stuff that you may not need at the moment. But seriously, the next time you're shopping Soultanicals, Black Friday, etc., this is definitely one to try. The Chebe-Ginger is like, it's beautiful. This is so nice. This is going to be contending with my other deep conditioners at this point. Like, I see why people are raving about this. I'm definitely gonna, the smell. I'm gonna have to try it with my magical molasses and see how I like the magical molasses and see which one I like better. But shoot, this on smell alone, definitely gonna be busting this out like once it really starts getting cold. This is gonna be dope in the cooler months. This, just like bouncing off with the Manoi Moisture Slip, or ooh, mixing this with the Manoi Moisture Slip. I'm gonna have to get back to y'all on that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this installment of Self-Care Sunday. I hope you guys are doing well. Those of you that have been affected by this hurricane, I am praying for you. I've been watching the news coverage and it just, my stomach sinks every single time. I don't know what it is about storms in general, but seeing that kind of devastation is just painful. And I'm definitely like donating to places that are definitely like, you know, reputable and valid. But just be safe, take care of your loved ones. I'm praying for all of you guys that have been affected by this storm. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you have tried this Chebe-Ginger and what you think about it. I am feeling her. Like I don't think I've been this excited about a deep conditioner like in a good minute. Like I've definitely enjoyed a lot of deep conditioners in the last month and had really good results. But this one, like I'm thoroughly enjoyed about, like overjoyed. So I'm feeling her. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, I would love if you leave me a like. And I would also love it if you would subscribe and join the fam because we have a good time over here. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.